Hi, this is a presentation on the topic the economic case for sustainable architecture and a review of the economic benefits and costs associated with sustainable design. Sustainable architecture has become increasingly important in the built environment due to its potential to provide significant economic benefits while also reducing negative environmental impacts. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the built environment is responsible for approximately 40% of global GHG emissions. So, a large portion comes from the energy used in buildings, while other come from the building materials such as cement and steel that have a high carbon footprint due to their energy intensive production processes. Addressing these emissions is critical to achieving global climate goals. The sustainable architecture can provide several economic benefits. Because sustainable buildings are designed to be energy efficient, the first major benefit is reduced energy costs and lower energy bills for occupants. Another economic benefit of sustainable architecture is increased property value. Sustainable buildings are in high demand by tenants who are willing to pay higher rents for environmentally friendly buildings. This can lead to increased property values and higher returns for investors. Because sustainable buildings are designed to be durable and require less maintenance than traditional buildings, this leads to lower maintenance costs and increased lifespan of buildings. While sustainable architecture can provide numerous economic benefits, there are also significant costs associated with sustainable design. Sustainable materials and technologies can be more expensive than traditional building materials and technologies, leading to increased construction costs. Additionally, sustainable design often requires specialized expertise and certifications. Sustainable architecture can involve higher upfront costs than traditional construction methods, but over time, the building's lifetime, sustainable features can provide cost savings then outweigh these initial costs. Some of the costs associated with sustainable architecture include design and planning costs, material costs, engineering system costs, and certification costs. As climate risks intensify each year, buildings are in the spotlight for their vulnerability and large contribution to climate change. 88% of large companies have had physical assets affected by extreme weather. These risks have the potential to lead to higher operating costs and repairs of damages. Investor risk relates to the potential reduction in value of such buildings. It is possible to identify several risk typologies, which include regulatory risk related to the fact that real estate investment is a relatively long-term play. So investors need to understand how future legislation can impact the value of buildings and its cash flows. Physical risk, there are many physical risks that are associated with climate change. So investors will increasingly need to factor the ability of buildings to withstand predicted impacts into their decision making. Market risks, as well as responding to regulatory pressure. Real estate investors simultaneously need to understand how sustainability affects them from a market perspective in terms of supply, demand, and other factors such as occupancy risk, asset purchasing and disposal risk, portfolio performance, and investment sourcing risks. And the last one is technology risk. Yeah, innovative technologies in new buildings have their own risks. Um, for LED lighting, HVAC equipment, and solar installations, for example, the risk arising from concerns about the difficulty of maintenance regimes that are needed for proper work of such systems. Positive return on investment for sustainable architecture can be achieved through various strategies that often involve investing in energy efficient systems, sustainable materials, and innovative technologies that can help reduce operating costs, increase property value, and improve the well being of the occupants. The process of achieving a positive return on investment for sustainable architecture typically involves several steps. Assessing building performance, which involves understanding the energy use, water consumption, waste generation, and indoor air quality of the building. Identifying sustainable strategies. It involves selecting appropriate technologies, materials, and design strategies that can improve the building's performance. Selecting appropriate materials and technologies involves researching and evaluating the environmental economic impact of different options of materials, and monitoring and evaluating the results involves tracking the building's performance over time and making adjustments as needed. Many professionals in the built environment clearly understand the urgent need to creating buildings that will be able to adjust and withstand the rapidly changing climate conditions. And despite the initial cost of sustainable design, evidence suggests that sustainable architecture can provide a positive return on investment while also being environmentally friendly. And one real world example of this is the Bullitt Center in Seattle, Washington. It is a six-story office building that is designed to be self sufficient in terms of energy and water use. It achieved net zero energy use in its first year of operation. And the building incorporates numerous sustainable design elements, including solar array, geothermal heating and cooling, and rainwater harvesting. The building has also achieved numerous awards for sustainable design, including the Living Building Challenge certification. The building cost 32.5 million to construct, which was 30% more than traditional office building of similar size. However, over a 10-year period, the Bullitt Center is projected to provide a 60% return on investment, with energy saving accounting for 40% of the return and increased rental income accounting for 20% of the return. This building provides risk management benefits by incorporating sustainable design elements, which make it better equipped to withstand natural disasters. This can reduce the risk of property damage and loss of income for investors. And in conclusion, while there are upfront costs associated with sustainable design, evidence suggests that sustainable architecture can provide a positive return on investment and risk management benefits. As environmental challenges continue to be a major concern, sustainable architecture will likely play an increasingly important role in transforming the built environment into a more resilient version, both structurally and economically. This is it. Thank you for your attention.